It is flat out like probably the best manga I've ever read in my life. I honestly am reluctant to read or to watch the movie they made of it just because I've heard the English adaptation was horrible, and it's one of the things I like enough that I'm honestly kind of terrified of ruining it.
Well, I googled it and found it, but it's not on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, I've read it online someplace before, but yeah, I love that comic.
Stop.
I'll find a spot. I was just wondering if it was on Crunchyroll. It's weird. They don't even have Ghost in the Shell on here.
Yeah, it's probably a licensing thing.
Could be. There's a few things I wanted to watch that are not on here, like Ghost in the Shell, Samurai Champloo. Okay, what else? But
Furry Curry is really good if you want something a little weird, but
I think I've seen that one on Adult Swim a while back.
Oh yeah, it was on there. That is legitimately probably one of my favorite anime ever for huge reasons.
I really like the art and characters, but I never really understood like the whole computer thing. It's kind of weird.
Computer? Oh, like the Araby guy?
Oh, that. What was something coming out of his head?
Oh yeah. This sounds a little weird, but it makes a lot more sense if you think of the entire series as a metaphor for puberty.
I've heard that. Saying it that way.
Just think of like like a metaphorical erection. You know.
The guitar.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically the guitar, the robot, the guitar, all that. I mean, it's basically he's got a hard-on for this alien girl that just showed up who he doesn't understand at all.
It's just pretty fun. That makes a lot more sense, actually.
Yeah.
That way.
Well, especially if you think about it, like in the context, like the number of times it kind of pops up at like really awkward moments or fucks up his other relationships, and the way it kind of becomes this like its own thing. Ooh, Dio's best friend. I get to cheat death once.
Now that I know it's looking that way, I might watch that second time.
Yeah, the main reason I really like it is because it actually like apes the styles of like so many other series. Like, so from an art perspective, it's just kind of awesome to see like how weird they managed to get with like fitting in a ton of other like references. Like they even reference South Park at one point. So there's just a lot of cool stuff in there visually. But yeah, I really liked that one.
I swear you get like quieter and then.
Eh?
No, what?
That's
I
weird.
don't know what you're talking about. It doesn't seem to be anything. Sorry, I have a natural inclination to be an asshole about pretty much everything in a very kind and gentle fashion, but...
I could be like that on occasion. It's got a lot
Ooh,
of
what the hell just hit you?
Oh,
Oh, that makes more sense.
still there if you want it.
I might take a hit.
Damn it! I've gotten that milky Christmas thing out of every single of them.
Yeah, it's not what you want.
There's another one over here.
What combination are you running with at this point? So you can have two of them, can't you? Well, you could have two, like, active use items. Which ones are you using?
Black hole.
That is some good. Yeah, I believe it. I don't know what my combination of items currently is, but whatever I'm using works fairly well. Especially since I seem to be much more survivable than the last most of my lenses. Which is good, considering last time I was basically dying every 3rd minute.
This map seems really small. Like,
It is smaller than the others.
really? I'm gonna explore all of this one.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Oh, there are my missiles. Well, we may have already cleared this place out.
I'd say you're probably correct.
I'm gonna activate a few of the turrets in the area, just may as well use them. When I activate the thing? Once you heal up?
Yeah, give me a chance to refill. I don't know what I'm gonna do on scan forward. Yeah, I guess level. How much
If you
health do you have, Mike?
722.
That's your max health?
Yep.
What level are you?
17.
Jesus.
Is that high?
I have 1200, but maybe it's my character.
I'm betting it's your character, because that's actually really high for Huntress. I mean, like, I've legitimately got at least an extra 100 health at this point, more than I would normally have.
Well, for me, your health is like all red and blue.
Yep.
Like that's your shield. I don't know what the red means.
The red means that I've got enhanced health beneath the shield. Yeah, I think I've got all my shit ready. I've got 2 turrets set up and a ton of stuff flying around. Needle thing, alright, I'll take it.
Yeah, so just to clarify for peace of mind, like being stressed all day, probably fine, not to worry about it, everything will
Yes.
cover.
You're unlikely to start getting, like, you'll believe me, if you're going to actually start getting serious health complications, it's not going to be a matter of you sitting there and thinking, like, you know, I wonder if I'm doing badly. You will know very distinctly, like, wow, something's clearly fucked up. Like, it's sort of like when people talk about, like, stress disorders or, like, panic disorders, particularly. One of the easiest tests to determine if somebody's having a panic attack is to ask them, you know, do you think you're having a panic attack? If they say anything other than, holy fuck, yes, I'm absolutely having one, they're not having a panic attack. Because you'd know. Panic attacks are not subtle, they're not, like, you're not going to mistake it for anything else.
Oh yeah, no, I was definitely having one earlier. I've had them before. Like, I remember a time where I was like curled up in the fetal position in the shower crying for like 5 hours. I mean, I've been there, but I don't know, I'm just worried about getting high blood pressure because I know that can affect like liver disease and kidney disease and shit like that. It can be terrible.
It's not ideal, but yeah, you're probably at fairly low risk of doing anything quite like that. I mean, again, you probably want to get to a point where you can relax more and not have as much stress, but yeah, I try to give yourself, or to take it easy and not worry too much about that.
I've been trying to read books on like Buddhism and stuff to like find some way of coping with it better, but no luck yet.
Well, it often takes some practice. I mean, a lot of that stuff isn't very automatic.
Yeah, like I was trying to read the examples to like better understand what they mean. Like I know one was something about a bear coming out of the forest, like and if you expect the bear versus if you don't expect it. I don't know if you've ever heard the example, but I guess the whole point was that if somebody told you there's a bear there and they jumped out, but you expected it, then you might get scared at first, but you're able to calm down quicker, versus if you didn't know and it's a bear, that's like...
Well, yeah, I mean, it's certainly an example. A lot of the metaphor that can be used, you know, can be helpful or, you know, not, depending upon sort of how you react to it and how clear it comes. I mean, if you find one that works for you, it's definitely good to explore a few metaphors and see what makes sense.
Yeah, I know like the one thing kind of makes sense, because I feel like it's sort of what I'm doing already, which is realizing that a lot of your suffering and stuff comes from within, that it's like how you look at the situation.
Well, yeah, I mean, ultimately, all suffering is, you know, perception. I mean, you, like, even anything like pain and things like that, I mean, it's entirely you feeling pain. I mean, there are diseases that can kill off your ability to even feel pain cells or pain receptors, so it's not as if pain is, I mean, pain is just in your head, ultimately. It's maybe a reflection of actual damage, but the pain itself is not the damage, it's just the way your body's reacting to it.
That's what I'm trying to kind of wrap my head around and come to terms with and realize moments of stress.
Yeah. I mean, at the same time, you can also say, like, stress is a normal reaction to that stuff. But, I mean, one of the weirder ones is, like, when talking about, like, rumination, is probably the one I end up having to talk to the most people about. I mean, rumination is your brain trying to help. But your brain authentically thinks it's doing what it can do to make your life better. It wants to help you figure out these problems you're having, and it wants to make your life easier by helping you think about all these horrible things that are going on so you can try to fix them. And normally that works. Like, 9 times out of 10 in your day, if you think about a problem, you can fix it. Rumination just tends to become more of an issue when you start thinking about something you can't immediately fix, and at that point, your natural impulse to think about it and obsess over it until you fix it all of a sudden becomes a problem instead of a help.
Yeah, that sounds exactly like what I'm going through. I can't change
so
suck.
but the thing is, like, if you were advising somebody else, you'd probably be able to very easily say, like, what the most logical thing to do would be in that situation, but making yourself do it becomes very difficult.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I get a lot of very pissy inmates who, you know, don't appreciate me just not, like, giving them tons of drugs to fix everything like that. Well, I mean, I
Yeah.
can't blame them. I mean, honestly, if there was a pill to fix something, why the hell would I tell you to go and, practice mindfulness?
Yeah, that's kind of what my mom's trying to do, though. She's like, oh, you just need medication. That'll fix everything.
The medication does do some great stuff, but yeah, I mean, it ultimately... I mean, I don't think medication is necessarily better or worse than doing, therapy, because I think both can actually be incredibly valuable. In some cases, therapy's not... Like, I had one girl I worked with who... I mean, therapy did jack shit for her because there was nothing wrong. Her life was fine. She didn't have any fucked up, like, cognitions or the like. Her depression was entirely chemical. And I had legitimately never seen somebody with an entirely chemical case before, so it was kind of fascinating. But, yeah, I mean, in her case, therapy did nothing. It was... She was a great client, but it just wasn't what she needed. She just needed drugs. And the moment she got one that worked, took her, I think, 3 tries, yeah, worked great. I got a boss over here, by the way.
I feel like my life is the reverse of that.
Yeah, the way you've been describing it, I could certainly believe it would be.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe there is some chemical imbalances and stuff, but I just feel like I used to be so calm and well-rounded and just, like, I was functioning fine. And it was just like all this dysfunction, it broke me.
Well, it's also worth adding that even if it was entirely external, oftentimes it'll cause chemical changes over time, like depression. I think I've given you the whole depression spiel and stuff, but if you get depressed, it's not just like a temporary thing. It usually will cause like some change. Not a permanent one, but it usually makes it a little harder for a while to get out of it, because you kind of get down in the pit a little bit and have to climb back up a little further than you would normally.
Thank God, I hope it's not permanent.
No, I can safely tell you none of the stuff we're talking about here is permanent. Your brain can change back. In fact, your brain is very good at changing back, and I mean, they've been able to show examples of even the more extreme version, like neurogenesis and, regrowing actual brain cells. I think the latest I've seen was they were able to show that in general cases, so not even just in like, hand-picked cases, even up to like 95 and 96, they were able to show examples of like regular neurogenesis. Yeah, I mean, your brain, you do lose some brain mass over time, but frankly, it doesn't fucking matter since we have so much of it. When you get old, your brain isn't quite as good as when it was young, but it's not actually that big a problem unless you get like Alzheimer's or something.
Yeah, that's something I've been kind of wondering a lot about, because I don't know. I don't know if my parents have always been fucking idiots, if it's like an age thing, but like I've been arguing with my dad lately too, which has been another source of stress, because he's not been in my life at all, and now he's just like, oh, I thought you were faking about OCD, blah blah blah. I'm like,
that's
wow.
always a helpful thing to tell people.
I'm like, wow.
Like, oh, thanks.
Yeah, it's like he's like, I just thought you didn't want to work. I was like, wow, you think I've been fucking like brushing my teeth for an hour and taking hour-long showers and stuff, like, to get out of work?
Clearly, he thinks you're a very dedicated actor at the very least. I mean,
Yeah, no, I confronted him a bit about it, because I'm like, wait, so, like, that means you didn't believe me, so are you implying that you think I'm like a fucking liar? Like, oh, no, I never said you were a liar. I just thought you're making excuses. Well, excuses are a fucking reason for something. Either I'm lying or it's an excuse, which is a reason.
Yeah, I mean, to play faint devil's advocate, and I don't mean to actually defend what he's saying, because that is fucked up, I think a lot of parents especially have like a certain amount of denial about, if their kid has any kind of difficulty with something. Like, I've seen pretty extreme cases where I can sit there and tell a parent, like, no, I'm certain this is happening, and they're like, no, he's fine. Listen, he only raped 3 people. He's just he's a curious boy. Like, no, your kid's a sex offender. Like, I'm not, like, that's not even a... He's just a sex pervert. I'm just telling you. Like, that's not this is not like normal boy behavior. I mean, a lot of parents just don't want to think about it because it's uncomfortable. You don't want to. I mean, it's not them even being assholes. It's just like it's not like a malicious thing. They can just sit there and they're like, they don't fucking know how to deal with it. They don't want to deal with it. It's easier to kind of go to denial than to try to fix it.
Yeah, my dad's just really bad about it though. 'Cause I remember.
Oh yeah.
when I was sick and I was younger and I had to go to school, and I don't know why he came over to visit or what. But he's like, oh, he's not fucking sick. He just needs some nasal spray. And I think my mom eventually like had me call off, or I don't know what happened. I just remember going to the doctor and finding out I had pneumonia. And just thinking like, wow, if I was living with him and he wouldn't let me go to the doctor and he just kept giving me nasal spray, I'd be fucking dead. Like,
Yeah, and some, I should also say I'm using that as kind of like an example, but yeah, there are some parents that also just make really dumb decisions. So I don't mean to defend him necessarily.
oh yeah, no, that's cool. I understand. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe there is some part of me that like, I'm sure a lot of things are my fault. I guess is what I'm saying. But like, he's just a horrible father. Like I remember the last time I talked to him when I burned bridges with him, he had 4 trucks, and he was bitching that he had too many, that he can't drive them all, and they're rotting in the yard. Well, I have nothing. I have like a 30-year-old truck that's a piece of shit. And I'm
So
like,
how do you get something? I have too many trucks.
yeah, and what's worse though is then we went on a random road trip together just so he can drive the truck when it's not sitting. And when we got back, he was talking about going down south to buy another truck. And I asked, because, I mean, it doesn't seem like he's broke. He eats steak every day. Like, he eats pretty good. He's got 13 acres, $60,000 barn. Remodeled his house. He gets a bit of money. And I just asked, could I borrow $1,000 if we go down south to buy a truck that's not a piece of shit like mine, and then I'll sell mine when I come back and pay you back? And he basically said no. And that's when I was like, this fucking piece of shit is never gonna help me. He's not leaving me his house when he's dead. He's not helping me when he's alive. He is such a piece of shit. And that's when I quit talking to him.
Yeah, I can't blame you.
Yeah, so. But then when I asked him, like, well, what should I do? He's like, you should be a car salesman. I'm like, how is that?
Oh God. Oh, wait
How,
on.
how's that
Yeah.
even? Yeah, how's that even remotely like a fucking
Yes.
possible?
Okay, so you're having a tough time getting out there and being around people. Salesman. That sounds like a wonderful plan.
Yeah, lie to people for a living. Sell them cars. They're probably pieces of shit.
I mean, you can have honest salesmen, but yeah, I mean, like, yeah, this is a little hairy. We can last.
fell down into the thing.
Oh yeah, I actually teleported out of it earlier. I was gonna say though, if we last through this though, next level you can get the mercenary. I can show you how to get the mercenary.
I think I remember that character from the first one. He was pretty good.
Yeah, the melee character.
Yeah.
It's just a terrifying notion in this game in general.
Yeah, but he can hit really hard.
Oh yeah.
If you get like the right bumps, I think he can.
And he's fairly effective in this. I like him. It also comes with a standard double jump, which is pretty useful. Alright, I got one of these guys almost dead. Okay, one's down. Alright, coming over to get the second one. Wait, we have 3? Okay, taking the weak one down first. Oh shit, lightning. Okay, weak one's down. We're down to 1 left. Okay, that teleport. That I did not realize how useful that teleport ability I have is until now. Especially now that I have 3 charges of it. Oh, he's almost done. There we go. I will definitely take a ukulele. Wait, is there a second one for me? There is.
Oh, but yeah, what was funny is last time when he was texting me the other day, and we were fucking arguing, and I felt like I was gonna have another fucking nervous breakdown. I said something like, about like, you know, being OCD and not being able to work and not even having a car. And I was like, and your only advice is to be a fucking car salesman. He's like, oh, it's fucking perfect. You don't like to work, and doing anything physical's never been your thing.